Welcome to Smashy Reviews. I am Smashy and this is Trick or Treat. Released October 4th, 2009 in the US, this nonlinear based Halloween film stars Dylan Baker, Anna Paquin, Brian Cox, Quinn Lord, and Lauren Lee Smith, and was directed by Michael Dougherty. And the synopsis is as follows. Interwoven stories demonstrate that some traditions are best not forgotten as the residents of a small town face real ghosts and goblins on Halloween. Tales of terror reveal the consequences of extinguishing a jack-o'-lantern before midnight and a grumpy hermit's encounter with a sinister trick-or-treater. Fun. Overall, this film has 5 different storylines that all tie in together somehow, someway. And by that I mean the characters that are seen in one are usually seen here and there in the next, so they all basically cross paths with one another or just here and there. Now the main thing about the plot is it is a non-linear narrative, meaning that the events taking place are out of chronological order. So the whole movie is just out of order. But it's honestly beautifully done, so I can't say much. Altogether, I love everything about the plot of this film, and that includes just the twist on the girls that were having the party in the woods. And that's honestly my favorite part of the whole film, is just that one scene. Because, you know, when we get to that scene, it's revealed that these smoking hot girls are actually werewolves. And they basically gathered up guests to join them, only for them to kill them and then like peel off their skin, revealing their fucking wolf forms, and they just feast on the dead guests. And when they do, toward the end of the scene, we see little Sammy sitting and just watching. Now, Sammy, or Sam, he actually plays a big part in the film because he is Sam Hain. He is the OG. Now, throughout the movie, he actually looks on to the terrors of each character's story while also interacting with one. And in some, you know, he rights the wrongs that some characters made, but, well, I think it was just only the one. Because in the movie, there's old traditional rules. There's traditional rules overall for Halloween. And the rules that were stated in this movie are: always hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, always wear a costume, never blow out a jack-o'-lantern before midnight. Now that one I actually believe. If I ever carve a jack-o'-lantern again, I would never, ever blow one out before midnight. Because midnight strikes, it's November 1st. It's not Halloween anymore. Always respect the dead. That is another one that you should always do. Always respect the fucking dead. Whether it be on Halloween or whether it not be on Halloween, always respect the dead. Because if you don't respect them, they won't respect you, and you'll end up with a house full of bad juju. Always check your candy, which is another one, because some people are crazy. I'm just saying. Never take down your decorations before November 1st. Now that one I get mad about, because if you take down your Halloween decorations in the beginning of November, don't take them all down after, just because you're done with the day. Like, don't do that. Don't even start putting up Christmas decorations either until December. And the last one is never hurt the innocent. Straight off. Never do that either. That's bad. You end up in bad situations. Now I can finally talk about where each character went wrong, but we don't want to be here forever now, do we? So I'm gonna just dumb it down a little bit. And whenever I do talk about these, they're all just in random orders, whichever ones I just wanted to talk about first. So I'm going to talk about Principal Steve and the little boy Charlie. Charlie. Same thing. Principal and Steve. There's a old principal named Principal Steve Wilkins. And there's also a little chubby boy named Charlie. They break 2 rules. Charlie breaks the always check your candy rule and ends up dead. And Steve breaks the never hurt the innocent, and because he was the one that poisoned the candy, and later in the storyline, you know, he kills the woman in the alley. But he meets his demise. I'll talk about that shortly. Now, in the beginning of the movie, we also see, this is the beginning of the movie, which also serves as the end of the movie. Henry and his wife, Emma, are coming home from, you know, having a good old Halloween day of fun. Emma breaks 2 rules that causes Sam to kill her and make a literal decoration out of her. She breaks the never blow out the jack-o'-lantern. She blew it out before midnight, and she broke the never take down decor before November 1st, despite her husband saying no. So she ended up dead. Sammy fucking killed her. Showed her who's what. Showed her what's what. Showed her who's who. Later, we find Rhonda, who's, you know, dressed up as a witch. I think she was a special needs kid, and she was dressed up as a witch, and there was 4 other kids. Those 4 kids, not Rhonda, break the always respect the dead rule by basically making a joke out of the dead special kids that drowned years ago. This ended with Rhonda living, and the 4 kids getting dismembered, ripped apart, eaten, dismembered, whatever, by the zombified special kids. So, would have been interesting to see, to be honest. I wanted to see how they killed them. But at the same time, just imagining it. Just hearing the screams of these assholes getting just what they deserved. For making fun of Rhonda, for scaring her, for pranking her, for fucking making fun of these dead kids, making a joke out of it. They deserved it, honestly. Now, later, we see the old man and the old hermit, and he's actually revealed to be the bus driver that drove the bus that carried the special kids that I just mentioned into the quarry all those years ago. And he lived, because he got out of the bus in time. But he basically scares the kids at his door, not giving them candy, just scaring them and stealing their candy with the help of his dog. Rip. I don't know if he died or not. I can't remember. We don't know if the dog died. I think the dog died because there was a fair amount of blood. I don't want to talk about that because I'll get upset. I don't like animals dying in movies. It wasn't until his fight with Sam, who I mentioned earlier, with Sam, he was about to kill this old guy, and there was a chocolate bar in his lap, and Sam took the chocolate bar from his lap and spared his life, and that old man knew to hand out candy, was now handing out candy instead of taking it. Now, I'm gonna get back to Steve Wilkins here. After he encounters Lori, who's with the pack of girls that came in and was throwing the party in the woods, he tried to kill her? Well, he was trying to kill her. But there was a twist. She actually injured him pretty bad and drug him to the place where they were throwing their shindig. And this is where he dies, because the girls that I mentioned earlier, they actually, they ripped off their skin. Werewolves, yeah. So she killed him. He ended up dead. So that was what happened there. I've already discussed the werewolf ladies, so that's that. Overall, the plot is amazing. I love it so much. Love it so much. Okay, the only set, really, that I loved, again, was the scene in the woods. It was just a very, it had a chill, yet, eerie feel, like something bad was about to happen, but you just didn't know it until it did. Now, as far as wardrobe, the costumes we see in the movie may look like last minute or store-bought, but they still look pretty good. I think Sam's costume is so adorable. His wardrobe was just so adorable. I love the way he was dressed, and it fits him so much. It leaves the mystery until his showdown with the old man, and we see the horrifying, jack-o'-lantern, face underneath. The werewolves also looked badass. The fact that they were mostly practical, not CGI, made it even fucking better. They just look so natural, just look so good. I mean, of course there was some CG with the nails and the claws and stuff, but I don't know if it's true or not, but they actually had like prosthetic like skin that they could rip off, and they had like the fursuits on underneath. It was loved it. Now the acting and dialogue both are just fantastic. I love the acting, I love the dialogue. Each character has their own personality and own speech line, and it's just incredible. That's all I can say about that, because I don't want to go into this a lot more than I already should, because like I said, we'll be here all day. Not on my list as the most gory, but it was still there. Still enough for a horror slasher slash supernatural type film based around Halloween. The most gore we get is obviously the skin peeling and the decapitated head, and, well, the decapitated head of the little boy that ate the poison candy, and of course the blood vomit that came from him as well. So that's all we basically got from that. The score was composed by Douglas Pipes. It's very slasher-esque, very horror-filled. Definitely fit the theme of the movie. Douglas did a fantastic job with the music for this film. I love and appreciate the vibes that radiate when you watch a scene in the movie and you hear this fantastic work that this guy has done. It fit every score. It fits the whole movie. The whole score just fits the whole movie, but each scene had their own it just ambience and like theme, and it was just so yeah, that's how I feel about the score. I cannot go into how much I love this fucking movie. It's up there in my will watch on repeat list. Like, it's very enjoyable. It's definitely not for kids. I can tell you that right now. It is not for kids. You may look at it and think, oh, this might be for kids. It's not. It's not for kids. Don't torture your kids like this. Please don't torture your kids like this. If you want to teach them a lesson about Halloween, be my guest. Be my guest. Do it. Make them watch it. Now, if you have not seen this, go watch it. Go watch it. It's a beautiful Halloween-based flick, and the new horror fans coming in, I'm not talking about the ones who can't take gore for shit, but yet watch horror films anyway. This is definitely for you. If you want a rant, now, I will say before my outro, I will say if you want a rant about, if you want me just ranting about shit, I will gladly give that to you. I will gladly give that to you. Thank you for watching and being patient as always. Leave a like and a comment telling me what you thought of the movie if you've seen it. If you haven't, like I said, go watch it. It's a good flick. I love it. Follow our social media and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm taking a break this month. Well, I'm taking a break until January. But I will be back. I will be back. I don't know what I'll be. I have to upgrade I have to update my skeleton bowl. Until then, I'll see you soon. And like I said, dude, if whoever watches this, if you want me just ranting about just the shit that aggravates me, I will be glad to. I don't care. My opinion is my own opinion. If it's not, I'm not here to change people's minds. I'm here just to talk about my aggravations. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon.